Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I am still here at the Texas State Fair, of course, in the Lone Star State. And what I have next to me at the Ford booth is something that you've been waiting for. This is it. This is the updated, changed up, but new trim of the 2025 Ford Maverick. This is the performance street spec called the Lobo. But before we get into this all-wheel drive, turbocharged sport truck, let's talk about what's going on here. So it seems that everybody and their mother, when they're building a performance truck, it's for off-roading. Well, guess what? Going back to 2021 at the SEMA show, that's where the concept for this vehicle came from, about bringing a truck that's lower to the ground, that has some great handling characteristics, but also has all-wheel drive. Now, the Maverick really has fallen into its sweet spot, igniting the small compact class of the pickup truck. But what I want to find out is, does the Lobo have the cred, the performance cred, to be viewed as a performance truck? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this Velocity Blue, new color for 2025, Velocity Blue Ford Maverick Lobo, and find out. Right off the bat, I love the look of it, especially the fact that the truck actually sits about an inch lower. Normally we're talking about inches higher. This is an inch lower. Now, as we swing around the front, that beautiful Velocity Blue really pops in the Texas sun. And this color, which first appeared on the Ford Mustang, it reminds me of a Hot Wheels color. And that's what I love about vehicles like these, is that it's all about the enthusiasts. Now, at the front of the business, you're gonna see not only a new headlight housing, but new lighting elements. LED daytime running lamp, LED projector beam headlight. The zonk I have on this Lobo trim is you're getting the old-fashioned Thomas Edison light bulbs. Also new for 2025, notice how they restructured this whole corner of the front fascia. Now you have the body color coming into that headlight design, and then as we work our way down, a little bit of flat black, but then you do have LED fog lamps down below. I wish, though, that they didn't have this fake-looking vent thing, so I am gonna give it a half zonk. But other than that, I'm liking the changes that they made, especially with the Velocity Blue. Now, as we come across the front of the Lobo, you have your updated Ford badge. Nice, clean on the graphics. I like the way the blue oval is black instead of blue because of all the black accents with the grille. Grille is reshaped on all the trims. XLT, Lariat, Tremor, all get new grills. That vertical style, forward-facing camera, which is nice to see. And then working our way down, color match with flat black to let cool air in, because we do have an intercooler, because we have a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4 underneath the hood. Now, as we rise up, hood on the Lobo, love those clean indentations, nice clean body lines. Underneath the hood, like I said, is a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4, pumping out 238 horsepower, 277 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, but what is unique about this vehicle is that it uses a twin-clutch rear drive shaft unit for the all-wheel drive system. So it also is programmed with performance torque vectoring, and besides being lowered, it's also been kind of leveled out as well to help with the different height at the front and at the rear to make it all nice and unison. Now, as we come around the bend, I don't know if you are a rally car fan like I am. Back during the day, the Escort, the Cosworth Escort RSs were some supreme rally machines. Well, guess what? They decided to take a page from the Escort RS, mimicking that turbo fin wheel. So I love the way you have the openings, that deep dish with the gloss black, and when the wheel is spinning, it's actually helping to generate airflow to cool the brakes. Now, it's gonna be hard to see the brakes, but one thing that you should know is behind this are calipers off of the Focus ST. So we have bigger brakes to help with the stopping power, and a more supreme all-wheel drive system. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of these wheels? 19-inch wheel, which makes it the largest out of the Maverick lineup. Tires are gonna be 225 on the width up front, 55 series sidewall, and you can see how the suspension has been redone for performance driving. Now, you do have this badging on the side, the Lobo badge. I am gonna have to zonk that fake vent. Why do they have that there? It just, make it functional, especially with this supposedly being a performance spec truck. And I'm kind of on the fence with the name. I know Lobo comes from the past with Ford trucks, but I was hoping they would actually have a full ST, a Maverick ST, but this doesn't seem to be it. But we'll continue. You do have color matched on the mirror caps, 360-degree cameras, so you are getting all the changes technology-wise. Like the way they got the color matched on the door handles. Side skirt extension drops down, that's all unique to the Lobo. And then coming towards the rear, love the way you have that nice tonneau cover. Not only does it give it better aerodynamic efficiency, but also you have weather-tight storage that you could put in this 4.5-foot bed. Swinging around the back, what is unique when it comes to the Lobo? So we have the Velocity Blue, the Ford badge. You're still gonna get all of your trailer assist hookups. And I like the way that they did the lower bumper area, all color match. The one thing that would be wild is if they actually had some exhausts that either came out the back, or even better, do it like the Ford Lightning, the original Ford Lightnings, where the exhaust came out right in front of the rear tires. That would be killer. But of course you have your functional bed that drops down. It's one of those things, I don't know about you, all these bugs are all over me. I'm starting to sweat. I feel like I'm in Florida for a second here in Texas. Why don't we go ahead? Why stand out here in the sun and sweat like crazy? Why don't we go ahead, let's go inside the automotive hall so I could show you the interior of the new Maverick. Let's get out of the heat. Let's get in there. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Ford Maverick. Don't change your screen on your phone or your TV or your computer monitor or laptop. We are in a different Maverick, and boy, does it feel so much nicer to be in here in the air conditioning. It's a hot day out in Texas, I'm telling you right now. Now, since I feel a little bit more cool and calm, I could give you all the stats, all the deets. Isn't that what the young kids are saying, the deets, instead of saying details? The deets on this 2025 Ford Maverick. So let's talk about trims. You're gonna have, of course, your XL. We're in an XLT and a Lariat trim, the Tremor, and then the Lobo. Now, the Lobo brings the performance, right? But all of them are bringing changes to the interior. Another change is the base price. So now you're seeing a price increase of up to $26,000 starting for a Ford Maverick. The Lobo, I hope you're sitting down, MSRP $42,000. There's a lot of performance compact cars you could get for $41,000, $42,000. So just chew on that for a little while. And then they also have the Tremor trim, like I said, for those that want to do off-road. But let's see what changes you get for 2025 to the door panels. I like the way they're doing still the two-tone, very, very nicely finished. The problem is the zonk, it's all hard plastic. So you would think on an XLT, you would get some soft touch, you don't. But I do like the two-tone. I love the exposed screws. There's just something that looks very industrial behind that. Soft touch material on the armrest, so that's good news. And then down below is where you could fit 6 deep-fried Amish donuts. That's a special treat here at the Texas State Fair. So you could fill that up. Then going from the door panel to the dash, the two-tone continues. Knock, knock, who's there? Hard plastic. They brought a little bit of blue, which is sort of nice. And remember, hybrid, you could get all-wheel drive. Now sliding on in, new infotainment system screen. I can't turn it on because I'm at the Texas State Fair, 13.2 inch, but if you've seen my Ford Explorer review, it's the same 13.2 inch that's in the Ford Explorer. You also have an easy access Twinkie tray that you could get to up top. AC vents with a little bit more blue. I don't know if I'm digging the blue, especially watch, you'll see in a second. Real volume knob, and some easy access buttons. All your AC controls are in the screen. And what's going to happen is you're going to use the screen, and that's what it's going to look like. I wish they had more real buttons and knobs for the AC controls. Down below, you got your start-stop button. You have a 12-volt with a little door, USB-C, USB-A. Don't like this. The blue just looks, I'll be honest with you, it looks cheap. But you do have your charging area and a place to put a bag of Skittles and a couple bars, Heath bars back there. This is going to control that 8-speed automatic or the CVT if you go with the hybrid. 2 cup holders, another little area where you could put, I would say probably 1 deep fried pickle. Just drop it right in there. Here's an area where you could easily get a small box of Entenmann's coffee cake. I know Lori wants some coffee right about now. Soft touch with the stitching. Lift it up. There's even more room in there. So you can go to the fair, get all the deep fried things you want, the cheesecake. They got one thing where you actually take and slice a pizza with everything on it and just deep fry it. So you can keep that in there. Or maybe just a small tub of lard for all the frying going on here. Seats, it's this interesting cloth style material with some blue. Feels durable. You do have manual controls for the passenger. I have electric assist, and it's nice to have the standard size sunroof. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this updated Maverick. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. It's interesting because for a compact truck, it actually is very spacious in here. I do have a power seat control for the driver's side, 8-way adjustable. Lots of headroom in here, even with the sunroof. And I like the leather on the steering wheel. What's all new is what's behind it, which right now I can't show you, but I will eventually. 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, illuminate all the important things. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the back seat and see how much room there is in this updated Maverick. All right, guys, back seat time, and this is another area. It actually has more room than mid-sized trucks. So you get in the back seat of a Ranger, there's more room back in the back seat of this Maverick because it's sitting on the same chassis as a crossover SUV. You do have pockets. You could put an abacus in here to pass time or put a mirror. You know, it's one of those things when you go to a fair and you stuff your face all day with all this fried food and all this, you know, just junk food, you maybe don't love yourself anymore. Maybe you hate yourself. Leave a mirror back here so that even the person after eating all the stuff can love themselves. Because remember, if you can't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. Just saying. Love that they have a home power source back here, 2 USB-Cs. I got plenty of room here. I mean, this is just ridiculous how much room there is. And you have a nice center armrest. Even though it's cloth, I'm okay with that. But this is an XLT trim, so I mean, go higher up the trims, lariat. You won't have the cloth, I promise. But why don't we go ahead? There's a tailgate I want to open and show you inside of. Let's get back there. All right, guys. What's nice about the tailgate on the Maverick is that once it's down, you could actually extend a little bit your usable space. But we do have that 4.5-foot bed opening up. It's not soft release, so just let it down slowly. You're going to find that it's totally covered with your bed protection. And on the driver's side here, you do have a home power source, LED bed lighting, and there's a little cubby on the passenger side that you could open up to put your backup Twinkies in case you get stuck in the woods. But nice to see them bring some important changes. I think the biggest change, besides that Lobo trim, which is that performance truck, which, you know, is it an ST truck? I'm gonna have to wait until I get behind the wheel, but, you know, one of the important things I think, besides bringing a street truck back, I love street trucks, is that they have the hybrid back, not only front wheel drive, but you could get hybrid with all wheel drive. But let me know what you think, not only of the Velocity Blue Lobo outside and that price tag, $41,000, and this ruby red, this is a beautiful color, ruby red Maverick XLT trim. Let me know what you're thinking about the price and what you're getting. And while you're doing that, put it in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, Thank you for being part of the Raised Reds family. Got to give the hardest working person in the whole auto industry, Lori, working that camera like a champ. Thank you, Lori, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.